Good morning. So we're just continuing with the inventory management. So in this, we're going to stick to the inventory systems. So previously, we understood all the concept of inventory management. Here, we're going to understand what are the systems available to have a good inventory management. So we have a factor, public and periodic inventory system, and perpetual inventory system. Two kinds of systems are there. So basis of the account inventory, ascertaining the inventory. So when you take the periodic inventory system, it is by actual physical count, whereas perpetual is based on the records. And there are ways in which you calculate the inventory directly by applying the method of valuation of inventories, whereas in perpetual you go in with closing inventory can be the opening plus your purchase minus your cost of goods sold. You should not take the sales here because sales will involve profits. Whereas you should take what is the cost of the goods sold. Then calculation of cost of goods sold can be in periodic. It is opening plus purchase minus the closing. In perpetual, it is directly calculated by applying the method of valuation of inventories. And lost goods, when you want to find out any goods which are being lost in periodic system, cost of goods sold includes cost of lost goods, if any. Whereas here, perpetual cost of closing inventory includes cost of goods, if any, lost. Methods of valuation. There are three kinds of valuation methods here. One is the first in, first out, last in, first out, and then the weighted average cost over price. We'll go with the first method, first in, first out method. So it is on the assumption that the goods received first are issued first. So when you're going to buy today some goods and tomorrow also you're going to buy some 1,000 units are bought today, 500 units are bought tomorrow. And the next day, 1,200 are going to be sold off. In that case, the 1,000 what they brought today will be first issued, and then 200 from the second lot will be issued. So whatever you have purchased first will be issued first. So for the purpose of ascertaining the cost, and it is not for the purpose of physical flow of goods. Goods will be going, but you're not going to monitor how the goods are going. But for the purpose of calculating the cost alone, we are going to calculate based on first in first out method. The goods sold thus consists of early lots and valued at the price paid for such lots. And the ending inventory, that is the closing inventory after the sale is over, it consists of the latest lots because whatever you have bought first are being sold off. So whatever remains at the end is only the goods which are bought latest. Balance sheet will show the ending inventory costed as per the approximate market price. Now let us go into this particular problem here. Very easy to understand. ABC Limited is providing you with the following information. On 1st of January 19, opening stock 100 units were there at rupees 1. And on 2nd, the company purchased 400 units at rupees 1.5. And on 3rd, issued 450. Issued means it is the sales which have been made. 450 units. And on 4th, purchased 500 units at 2.06 and 5th issued 300 units. Now for the third issues, the price is not given. The reason is we are not going to be bothered on the selling price. We are going to be bothered on the cost of goods sold. So it all depends upon at what price the goods were purchased. So you require to compute the value of inventory and cost of goods sold as on 5/1/2019. So you should assume the perpetual system and the periodic system under the FIFO method. So first what we can do is for the first in first out method, let us create a stock ledger like this. Stock ledger, we have the receipts, we have the issues, and then we have the balance. So on the 1st of January, we know that there are 100 units of opening stock. 1st of January, we have 100 units of opening stock here. Right. And it is bought at rupee 1. Okay. So here, if you go and see 1st January, opening balance is 100 units at the rate of 1, the amount is 100. On the 2nd January, purchase 400 at rupees 1.5. So 2nd January, the receipts are 400 at rupees 1.5 and there are no issues. So the closing balance will be already we have 100 opening at the rate of 1 rupee and now 400 at the rate of 1.5. So the total is 500 but they have different rates over here. And on the third issued 450 units. Because it is first in first out method, whatever bought first will go out first. So when you go to the third one, instead of straight away putting 450, we know that the opening balance we have 100 because that is what is coming first. So 100 is going out at the rate of 1 rupee. Then the balance 350 is going from the second lot. For out of the lot of 400, 350 is going out at the rate of 1.5. And now the balance is first 100, the opening is totally gone. So out of the 400, 50 is balance. So 50 at the rate of 150, so 75 rupees is the value at the end of the day. And on the fourth, once again you have purchased 500 units at 2.06. So you have a balance of 50 at the rate of 1.5 and now you have a balance of 500 at the rate of 2.06 coming to 1030. And finally, on the 5th, you are issuing 300 units. So earlier lot 50 is there. So first and first out 50 will go. Then out of the balance of 500, the remaining 250 will also go out. So the final inventory is going to be one is the latest one 250 at the rate of 2.06 which comes to 515. Now when you go to the perpetual system, the closing inventory calculated as follows. So you take the opening inventory that is 100 into 100 and then you add all the purchases. Purchases you have 600 and 1030. So add the purchases you got 1630 plus cost of goods sold. So stay to the issues 515, 75, 525 and 100. 515, 75, 535, 100. Then the ending inventory is going to be 515. You can check it out. It is 515 over here. Then you go to the periodic system. You have the opening stock. Opening stock is 100. And then you have purchases. Purchases are 600 plus 1030. And then you reduce the ending inventory because in the periodic system we want to find out the cost of goods sold. Here you reduce the cost of goods sold, but here in the periodic system, you know that you want to reduce the ending inventory. So ending inventory is 215 to 2.06, it is 515. Then you have in the cost of goods sold of 1215. Then if we go with the LIFO method, based on the assumption that whatever goods are received last are received first. So in this case, it is just the opposite. Whatever material is coming in last will go out first. Assumption for this is assigning the cost and not for actual physical flow of goods. Flow of goods and cost may not go inside. And goods sold consist of the latest lots and valued at the price paid for such lot. In that case, the ending inventory will consist of the earlier lots and valued as such. The balance sheet will show an inventory costed at the old prices. So the same kind of a problem over here, the same problem, but you're using the LIFO method. So in this case, you have the opening stock and 400 is purchased, you're having it, and on the third issue 450. So here last in first out. So whatever you purchase last will first move out. So 400 is going and then 50 is going. Got it. So the closing inventory will have the price of the older value, older one. So 50 at rupees 1. And then purchase 500 and issue 300. Purchase 500, issue 300. 300 will go at 2.06 because last in, first out, and then the balance is going to be 50 and 200. Latest be there. Okay, full stop will be there. So here also the same manner you take the perpetual system, consider the opening stock, then add your purchases 1630 and then cost of goods sold 650 and 618 ending. The same manner you go to the periodic system over here. You can take the opening inventory 100 and then you can take the purchases 600 plus 1330. Yes, 600 plus 1330 and then you take the ending inventory 150 at 2.06, that is 412, 462. In that case, cost of goods sold will be able to be minus 3,260, 1,260. Okay. And then the weighted average method, based on the assumption that each issue of goods consists of a due proportion of the earlier lots. So here you're not considering the first in first out nor the last in first out, but it is valued at a weighted average price. How you calculate this? Divide the total cost of goods in the stock by the total quantity of goods in the stock. The weighted price is used for pricing the issues until a new lot is received. When a new weighted average price will be calculated. So whenever every lot is coming in, the weighted average price will keep on changing. Okay, until that time, the old weighted average price will follow. This method evens out the effect of widely varying prices of different lots. So for your understanding, I've given you a simple table here. Units available, sold per unit cost, and then the total cost. Opening inventory is the sale 75 units, purchase 150 at 2.8 per unit, 420, sale once again 100 units, then a purchase of 50 units available. So 300 is purchase, unit sold is 175. The weighted average cost will be 780, that is the total cost of goods purchased divided by the units available. 300 is available, so 780 by 300 will be your 2.6 will be your weighted average cost. And ending inventory will be 300 is purchased, out of which 175 are being issued. So the balance will be the at the rate of 2.6 per unit. That gives you 325 and cost of goods sold will be unit sold is 175 at the rate of 2.6 will give you rupees 455. And whenever any other lot is coming in, you make some of the purchases over here. In that case, the weighted average might keep on changing. This is how you calculate the weighted prices. So thank you all for listening to this video and have a great learning. Thank you.